Hello, everybody out there in the internet. It's a new era for Aimless Podcasts, Aimless Babble Z, and we're starting off where we ended, and we're back. Episode 200. Here we are. I'm taking Master, joined by
RPG Maniac 05.
And Trioptical. Hard to believe it's been, wow. Almost a year, I think.
I was just about to say it had to have been at least by at this point.
The launch.
Woohoo! You know, if you add in all those fillers and mirror matches, we're at like 2 something, but whatever.
Probably like at 300. All of it.
Nah.
Because there were a lot of them.
We'll just, top it off at 200 and start from there, Back and stuff. So much we've been playing, some games that we're looking for the rest of the year, because over halfway over, and we got the fall avalanche of awesomeness to look forward to. And be like, yeah, games I'm looking forward to every month. Good stuff coming out, just so good. And maybe some news and stuff. So who wants to go and what you've been playing first?
I don't.
Sure. It's been a few weeks.
Actually,
now.
It's been 2 weeks since we recorded. Right?
Yeah. So I think I finished Devil May Cry last week.
Yay.
Man, yeah, I like that game a lot. I can't wait to try out the new, the higher difficulty modes, like the one... Well, so I'm looking forward to the one where everyone dies in one hit, but you also die in one hit.
I think that's, Hell in Hell mode or something?
That's the Heaven and Hell.
Or Heaven and Hell.
Hell
is
Hell
just when you're just the one that dies in one hit.
Yeah, they all have regular health. And it's just like, wow, that's really cool. Yeah, exactly.
do the bosses die in one hit too?
Only in the Heaven and Hell.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually.
Oh, really? They do?
I'm pretty sure they do.
That's sort of weird then, though, because like some of those, or unless they have totally different attack behavior, because some of those bosses, you just run up.
Oh yeah, because you have to do like some of them have like the semi-quick timey thingies or something to them, like the puzzle parts to them. So maybe it's like they just go to the next segment of their boss battle afterwards or something.
Oh, so you just got to run up and hit them once, and
hope for the best.
It's gonna look sort of weird because they wouldn't have had a chance to do anything yet. I'm thinking
a real easy way to cheat through that though is just walk around shooting everything, because it's like you don't have nothing to worry about.
Boom.
It makes me think of like a game idea is like if Quantic Dream was all like, all right, we're gonna make a game, feudal Japan, you're a wandering samurai, and you kill everybody in one hit, but they kill you too. But it's kind of like Dragon's Lair. It's like the new Dragon's Lair, where it's like you're off on some quest for something, whatever the quest is. I didn't think of that part, but it's like you're wandering samurai, so it's like you just slash a dude and he's dead. But they slash you, you're dead too. So it's like, oh, how far in the game can you get before you get taken down?
Isn't that what like Bushido Blade or something was, or
Bushido Blade,
or whatever the hell that
I'm not sure if it's one hit kills.
Oh,
yeah, you just couldn't see your health bar.
It was one hit, depending on where you hit them. So it was more like realistic, I guess, because you could do things where you could cut a guy's arm and then he couldn't use that arm anymore. Yeah, it was good.
They should put that on the PSN Classic section. No, see, I checked that recently, and they had some like pony riding game for the PS2 or something. I was like, dude, whoever's curating this is like just trolling us, because that's not even funny.
Yeah, they really should call it something else.
Some like there's like a bunch of like Japanese PS1 games. I was like, why are these not even on here? One's like a mahjong game and some other game about what is going on here. Whatever.
Maybe
perfect opportunity just missed.
They were classics to somebody.
They're probably just like saving it up for PS4 and be like, oh, it's in the cloud. Sorry, pay up for a ticket.
Well, yeah, they should really call it either archives, or they should have blurbs that actually explain why they're classics. Because for the most of the time, there's something about those games. But, you look at the cover of a pony racing game, it's just like, no.
So I do have to say, like, PS2, they have, like, added, like, Siren and the Fatal Frame game. So at least there's that. It's like, there are some awesome, like, rare, hard-to-find games on there.
I would like it if they added Kengo, which was sort of like the spiritual successor to Bushido Blade.
Oh, man. I had that PS2 game with that, but I traded it in.
It was neat. Like, it was weird, but it was very neat.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yes.
Yeah. That was like one of the PS2 games.
Actually, I might still have it. So maybe video. We'll see. Yeah, I've been playing around with that video stuff. Today I learned that you could, like Origin, EA's online sort of client thing, has Twitch integration sort of built in. So you can stream any Origin game onto Twitch, like automatic, or not automatic. Well, you can set it up to do it automatically. And I learned today that if you add Steam as a game to Origin, you know how you can add like non-Steam games to Steam? Yeah. You can do the same with Origin. You can actually add Steam to Origin, launch Steam from Origin, and then any Steam games that you launch also get the Origin sort of overlay, like the in-game overlay that Steam has. Same thing on Origin. And then you can use that to broadcast directly to Twitch. It's kind of weird, but I guess it works. I turned it on this is my not as awesome computer, and it seemed to perform sort of okay, like the early days of YouTube is what it ended up looking like. And I guess there's advantages to using real broadcasting software because you can do like your own title overlays and things like that, whereas this is just purely it's broadcasting your gameplay. But other than that, yeah, it was convenient. No setup required.
And we all love convenience.
Yes. Share button.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Anyway, so yeah, since we had Christmas in July, I'm doing resolutions in August, and it's about getting through some of those Steam games. So originally I had this crazy idea. I don't know, what's a good number? Like 50% of achievements? Well, yeah, that's probably going to be pretty hard. But yeah, what Tekken was saying, 25%, that seems doable. I've already gotten 2% more after beating Devil May Cry and playing
Does that really count, though? Because you, like, just got Devil May Cry. It wasn't, like, a part of your group of games and you made said resolution.
It was.
Was it?
It was after the Steam sale, yeah.
Oh.
I don't know, like
trying to teach your resolution or something.
The Steam achievement statistic is not very accurate. I mean, it doesn't include any games that don't have Steam achievements. So even though I've been playing a ton of FTL, still haven't beaten it, it doesn't do anything because it has no Steam achievements.
Oops.
But what's the other one? Oh, I've been trying to get through BioShock Infinite. But it is just not exciting to me anymore for some reason.
Did you have the console version for that one, or was that?
No, I got that one on Steam.
Oh.
Because it was cheaper.
And,
yeah, then I found out it runs better.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just saying.
Here we go.
$7, him in Absolution, and it's free, but it's like, dude, I just bought that game, so I need to download it again, so,
Yeah, so I'm sort of not quite as interested in what I was doing. I can't even remember where I was in the plot of that game. Let's see. There was a third one. Oh, I tried Tomb Raider, so I played the beginning of that. Very sad to find out that it doesn't run super awesome on my computer. So sad.
And this is why console gaming is better. I'm talking about your stupid settings. Jerk.
No, like, yeah, that's sort of... I sort of go back and forth. A long time ago, I was like, yeah, you know, PC, it's better because you can constantly upgrade. But then the thing is, you have to constantly upgrade. Whereas with PS4, you know, even if the launch games actually perform better on PC, one, I don't have a PC, and two, I don't have a PC that will be able to run it like that. And two, with a PS4 for the next several years, I'm sort of set. You know, I don't have to depend on PC gaming. I can use that as sort of a luxury item. What was I saying? I don't remember.
Devil May Cry, your achieved your Steam challenge backlog, or your August resolutions.
Yes. So finished Devil May Cry, not really playing BioShock, but will indeed finish it. Tomb Raider, not running that well. Man, what else did I play? Oh, Mark of the Ninja. Because I switched back to my other computer, and Mark of the Ninja actually runs on this one. Oh, I mean, obviously it runs on the Alienware also, but that's like the one game I have installed on my weaker computer. And, man, I love stealth games.
So wait, Tomb Raider didn't run on your better one, or?
It does run. It's just not, like, super awesome.
Oh.
So, it's fine. It's just kind of disappointing, and it put me back in the console camp. I was like, yeah, PC is nice when you have it, but I think it's easier to just rely on a console.
Because of convenience.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, with the Origin streaming...
Oh my.
I've been thinking, yeah, I'm gonna maybe stream some more Mark of the Ninja. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can't remember. It's just, man, it's just such a good stealth game. Which brought me back to Batman Arkham City, which I realized I didn't really play as much as I probably would have had it not come out in the fall.
Really?
Yeah, like, I remember...
Like it's busy season?
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, Arkham City came out, or Arkham Asylum came out in the summer. It was like the late summer, right? And so there was really nothing else. And I remember I blazed through that game. It was like a week, and I had platinumed it.
I remember when I played through that first time, I like marathoned it before our Game of the Year show because I have an opinion. I was like, holy crap, this game's awesome. And, like,
yeah.
I from there.
Arkham City, I think it came out in the fall, right? And so I played through it, and I was like, wow, that was really cool. And then I didn't really go back for a long time. I started playing other things. So recently when I went back, I was like, oh man, I've played none of the Robin challenges. I played like 2. The Batman challenges, I'd only played 4 of the combat challenges. Like, really? So yeah, I just went in, and it was neat, because recently I'd watched The Dark Knight Returns, the animated adaptation, and it felt kind of like that, going back to Batman and not really remembering how to do the moves, knowing that they exist. It was just like, I get up to the 5 combos, like, okay, how do I weapon break? Is it these 2 buttons? Like, nope. Oh, combo over. Okay, try it again. It's like, these 2 buttons? Like, nope. And yeah, it's like, but slowly but surely, Batman returned. And I was doing better than I used to. I was like, oh wow, Batman is back. And I started thinking, like, it would be really cool if you sort of made a Batman game that sort of forced players to not play it for a long time and then have to come back.
How would that
have
work?
that feeling of being... I have no idea.
You could probably like have like different eras and then like have it be non-chronological, so you start off as like year 1 Batman where he doesn't have like all his gadgets and stuff, so he plays like different in like the different eras, but like since it's a non-chronological game, you just like switch back and forth, and then like you come back and you're like, or I guess like the way the story would be told would be like from some like narration when he's like telling some story to somebody, and he's like, you get further along, and then you're like coming back to the beginning and you're like year 1 Batman, you're like, wait a minute, can I do this stuff as year 1 Batman, or how does this work? So maybe you could like do something like that.
Like, yeah, what you could do is have the year 1 stuff, so you don't really have as much of the combos and whatever. So, but like the controls would be the same as sort of like current day Batman. So you'd know how to play, you just wouldn't be as capable. And then, when you go to like the Dark Knight Returns era where he's like been retired and he comes back, have sort of the same combos and stuff, but like switch all the buttons. So player is sort of sitting there like, okay, how do I, oh, okay, it's like this. And then, they don't really have to relearn everything. They just have to relearn, like, what button does what.
Or it's like you could have, like, a section where it's like, Batman and like a teammate, or Batman team up where it's like Batman and Robin, Batman and Batgirl, Batman and Nightwing or something, and like you have like you're like you and a co-op AI or co-op partner, and like you're just taking down dudes, and then it's like your Batman Prime, like all by himself, like in his prime, and you're like but you're taking down like larger groups of enemies, but you're like alone, so it's like you have to like take out way more enemies, but it's like you only have one person to do it with, or no partner to do it with, so it's like the challenge.
Man, that'd be so cool. So much stuff you could do with that. Anyway, yeah, I'm super looking forward to the new one.
Did you see the multiplayer trailer?
I did.
What did you think of that?
I
anti-competitive right now.
I saw it and I was like, well, if I do play it, I will always be Batman or Robin. Because that's how you play that game.
You're just going to get in and it's like, oh, I'm a thug. Exit game.
I know, right? Keep on switching it.
Quick game.
I was hoping like the servers would just be set where it's like you only want to play as Batman, okay, and then just throws you into a game as Batman and Robin.
There's a good chance there's going to be a lot of people out there who only want to play as Batman and Robin as well, so you might...
Well, early on, the trophy horse and achievement horse will like just fluff it out and fill it out and be like, alright, well I gotta get this achievement to play as the bad guy, so then it just... be as Batman and Robin, just whipping up on dudes that want to get trophies and stuff. So that'll last for however long.
I wonder how they're gonna do it. I mean,
you don't know.
Is it gonna be like Max Payne? Like there's a mode in Max Payne called Painkiller, where everyone starts out as the thugs basically, and then I think it's like whoever gets the first kill becomes Max Payne.
Kind of like a qualifying round or something.
Yeah, essentially like. First person to get killed becomes Max Payne. Second person who gets a kill becomes like the player 2 guy. I don't remember his name. And then
the other guy.
They're like super powerful and they have painkillers and stuff. And then everyone else is trying to kill them. So I wonder. I hope it's not like that. Actually, I hope Batman and Robin are just there at the beginning. It's just decided.
I'm also hoping that like this isn't just like the end of the stuff that they're unveiling. So it's like even if they do shit up with multiplayer, it's like at least there's like some mode where it's like co-op challenges or like co-op. See, it's like it's making me kind of angry because it's like all the stuff I like really wanted from the stupid Arkham City. It's like, oh, you had all these other characters that you could play as besides Batman, but you could only use them in challenge rooms. So it's like I hope they actually do something with that this time around and not just like, oh, here's multiplayer where you can play with Batman and Robin versus 2 other groups of enemies.
Was it like deathmatch style or something? Cause
that's all we're gonna do with the whole co-op thing.
Cause I didn't really like know what they were. Because it seemed like with the
it looks like it's
versus, it looks like it's like
it looks like it's deathmatch. Because a 3-way fight between 3 sides, 3-on-3-on-2. So,
but Batman and Robin don't use guns. It doesn't really seem like it's gonna be a fair fight.
No, it's the spies versus mercs, basically. So Batman and Robin can do like takedowns, which are insta-kills. Well, they just have to get close enough.
I just want to say, it's like, yeah, that's great and all, but, I mean, you have to actually, be within takedown range to do
it. But like the thugs don't have the mobility that Batman and Robin have.
But they have guns, which are faster than people.
But they have to see them first.
Or you can just spray wildly. I mean, they can't approach you if you just got bullets flying everywhere.
But then you got to reload, and you can only spray in one direction. The gun only has one barrel.
Does it?
Or one sort of forward arc. There's only one forward arc. That's why it's called.
And it'd be cool if like to take the elements that were in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, like if you can spook the other team to like they can like react all weird or like aim erratically, so like you spook them and they're like cool. And they start like shooting out like like the like steam that's like shooting out of the vents and you come up from behind them. It's like yes. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
The thing that disappointed me is, like, it doesn't seem like there's going to be sort of free-flow combat in multiplayer. I mean, like, how would it even work?
Because then they'd have to give everybody for it to work.
Like, oh, you disarmed him, and he's going to run over and try to punch you, but you're Batman.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Oh,
but you're Batman. That's how every confrontation will end. It's like, oh, don't have a weapon? Well, you automatically lose because he's Batman. There's no option to win there.
I don't know. It's it's a wait and see for me. I'm still much more excited for the single player.
I was about to say because you'd still have single player, so it's not like you're just buying it just for the multiplayer anyway.
Don't get me wrong, I love stalking other players like that. But yeah. Speaking of which, I have never actually played Spies vs. Mercs because
I didn't. Never mind.
Xbox. Or I did, but I didn't have Splinter Cell. And then once I had Splinter Cell, or I never had Xbox Live on the original Xbox. That's it. And then on the 360, the co-op was disabled or something, so you couldn't play Spies vs. Mercs.
Weird.
Do they have it in any of the next or current gen versions?
I played it on the PS2 version, but on the current gen, I'm not sure if they have it.
I don't think so.
That's one of the reasons I didn't like I didn't care about the remaster version that came out. It's like, oh no, Spice vs. Mercs, whatever.
Yeah. It was like, what's the point then?
It's like maybe on PC, but I don't know if the servers are still up. So.
So the only thing I've played is like Left 4 Dead's stalking players, and Dead Space multiplayer was like that, and
Dead Space multiplayer was weird.
What's the other one? I guess The Last of Us is kind of like that too. Though they know you're stalking you. Or you're stalking them. Wow, tangent, but so cool, because that's what this is. Aimless Babble.
Blah, 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 blah. People are weird.
I guess the last thing I want to talk about is just Dragon's Crown, which I picked up yesterday.
Is it terrible?
It is. It's pretty.
That's not a response to the question. Oh,
really? I guess the thing is, I don't really. It feels like I'm still in the tutorial part, because they keep teaching me new things.
Although sometimes there just might be tutorial or new mechanics that they just introduced late in the game.
Never. So, yeah, it feels so. I'm playing as the fighter right now, which is just like this big melee guy, and it feels very button mashy to me. Oftentimes, I'm not really sure what's going on or who I'm hitting, but a large group of orcs or whatever will approach me, and then I'll just like hit square a lot of times in different directions with the left joystick, and
eventually they'll be dead.
They'll just go flying everywhere. I was like, I don't think I'm getting hurt, and they're flying in the air, so obviously they're not hitting me, and I can jump and do this like Devil May Cry style, like floating and just slashing with my sword a lot in the air. So yeah, it's kind of strange. They also have this mechanic where the right analog stick, and I have the PS3 version, the right analog stick, you can move a cursor around on the screen. And then occasionally you'll see like a glimmer. The cursor will move over a spot on the map, or a spot on the background, and there'll be a glimmer. And if you hit L1, treasure will just pop out. And I understand on the Vita version, it's just like with the touchscreen. So you just, randomly tap the screen to find these treasures.
That sounds dangerous for your Vita.
It's just, it seems that's a weird mechanic.
I think it was because these are the same people that did like Odin Sphere and Muramasa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they had similar mechanics in those two, kind of. So it's probably.
I don't remember Muramasa having anything like that.
Well, that's because it was on the Wii. I don't think they could do. Well, I guess you could have the point and click thing with the Wiimote. I don't know. I don't know. The games usually are.
I remember Odin Sphere was really hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I didn't think it was that hard. But a lot of their games play the same, so they're just like in different settings. So it's like I'm not even.
Well, they also made I think Grimoire. Yeah, that one was really different.
Well, yeah, because that was like a strategy RPG or something, wasn't it? Or something.
That was a really strange game. I think my wife actually beat that one.
Hi, your wife's a better gamer than you.
more committed.
Sure. She's the one who plays all your. Isn't she the one who played all your Final Fantasy games for you too?
His brother.
No, that was my brother.
Wow.
Back in the day.
Everybody doing all your dirty work for you.
Gaming ain't dirty.
I don't know. You just letting everybody else game for you. Doesn't really show off your gaming skills at all.
Anyway, yes, I don't know what to think about Dragon's Crown yet, so we'll see in later weeks. The last thing I picked up, I actually got Leap Motion. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's like this little device. I don't know. It's about the size of a USB drive, and it sits on your desk in front of your monitor. Between most of the pictures show it like between the keyboard and the monitor, and it essentially turns your desktop like this sort of, if you can imagine a rectangle of 3D space between you and your monitor. It turns that into sort of like a touch interface in midair.
Does it work?
It works really well, actually. But it if you don't have Windows 8, I don't think it makes any sense at all. I tried it on my Mac, and it worked on my Mac really well. In fact, it works performance-wise. It works much better on my Mac than it does on my PC that has Windows 8 on it. But it's really dumb because basically it turns your finger into the mouse cursor on the screen, and it's just like, well, why don't I just use the mouse then?
Because that would make sense.
Yeah, it's stupid. But then on my PC with Windows 8, there are things in Windows 8 that I can't do with the mouse. For example,
like work it properly in general, because seriously, Windows 8. God, Microsoft. What the hell? I feel like they designed that just for stuff like, just for like touchscreen stuff and or using Kinect for stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like some of the touchscreen things, for example, I've been trying to read Edge magazine and Xenio, and you can't. There's no keyboard shortcuts, so you can't like flip the page with the keyboard. You have to use the mouse, and the mouse you have to move to the side of the screen and push this button that when you hover over it, it appears, and it's just like it's a very slow way of reading it. It's like, I wish I had a touchscreen. But then I went and looked, and it's like touchscreens are $300-$400 right now. It's like, well, I've bought enough, $400 plus monitors to know I'm not buying any more $400 monitors.
Yeah, right.
So, and surprisingly, that was only one. Anyway, that's a different story. But yeah, this thing, Leap Motion, is an $80 device, and it basically turns my computer into a touch monitor that I don't have to touch. So yeah, it surprisingly works really well. I think it's essentially the same as Kinect, except Kinect looks straight at you, whereas Leap Motion looks up. So when you put your hands over it, it can clearly see like all 10 fingers. And then, you can do all these nifty things on Windows 8 that I couldn't do when I just had
Windows 8.
Yeah. And Windows 8, yes.
Yeah. I see. I wonder if there's any game use for that kind of technology.
There's a bunch of games. Like, I think their plan is to have this sort of cheap device, relatively, and then sell a bunch of apps. So, unfortunately, it doesn't actually integrate natively with Windows 8. You have to download their app, something they call Touchless Windows, and then that runs on your desktop, or just like in the background, and then it sort of interprets your motions as different touch commands for Windows 8. And then, so if you look in the App Store, and just like every other App Store there are a bunch of games that people are trying to sell for this thing.
Interesting.
The one I tried briefly was something called Drop Chord, actually by Double Fine, Tim Schafer's group. And It's like a rhythm game that you play with your hands. So you're just trying to move. There's like a circle in the middle of the screen, and then each of your hands represents sort of a point on the circumference of the circle, and then the game draws a line between those 2 points. And what you're trying to do is use that line and touch sort of different rhythm beats that appear in the circle, while avoiding these other sort of like danger beats that you're not supposed to touch.
Weird.
Yes. So, pretty cool. This computer actually can't really handle it. Like, I started up Skype, and I have a browser running, and then my Leap Motion thing crashed because I don't have enough memory.
Too much.
I was like, okay, so basically I can only do one of these things. I think if I close a bunch of this stuff, maybe I can re-enable it right now.
Would you be able to just upgrade your memory to fix that, or is that something that's just not possible?
I don't
worth the trouble.
Yeah, I think at this point, if I want, I should just be buying new computers. Because the processor on this one is the slowest part. And like, well, if I need a new processor, that's basically buying a new computer.
Have the Core i5s come down in price yet? Because they used to be really high.
Probably 3rd gen ones are okay.
It's been a while since I've even looked into the market for computers. So I'm hoping by the time I need to upgrade, they're super cheap.
See, I've gotten really lazy. I'm all about buying the built systems now. Because in the past, oh my gosh, a lot of things can go wrong when you build your own computer.
Well, of course.
Compatibility, you have to buy Windows. Just so much stuff. It's like, forget it. I will just buy a better Alienware next time.
Yes.
But yeah, Gamer tweeted about Dragon's Crown. He said, "Boy, Pikmin 3 looks great. Hopefully my decision to pick up Dragon's Crown was the right one."
What? Between him and Tropical, those random like apples to oranges comparisons, like, how's this working here? I also heard they were supposed to be having like Pikmin kiosks. Is that the ki? Something? Kiosks? Whatever the plural is for kiosk. Those. In like GameStops or whatever, but I didn't see...
I haven't seen it running anywhere.
Me either. So, no. Way to advertise your game, Nintendo. Is it even out yet? Was it released? Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's out.
Embarrassing. I didn't even know. And this is one of the games I was actually looking forward to. Good job.
Came out... Oh, wait, I'm wrong. It comes out on the 11th.
Good. I feel better now. But only slightly so. Only slightly so.
So is that all you've been playing, Tropical?
Yep.
You want to go next RPG or me?
I guess I could. I mean, because you've probably been playing like 6 billion things anyway, so...
Quite a bit. Just
figures. So, anywhoosies, I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei 4. I'm like about 40 hours in, but I don't really know how far I'm actually into the game, because, yeah, like the Tales series, these games tend to be very, very long, so, and it's like, because of the way the prologue is set up, it could just be so many more hours after this, because the way it starts, or anyway, it's like, it has your main character doing the whole, crap, what the hell are they called? Samurai initiation thing, because apparently in this fictional kingdom thingy that they have is like every year on the 18th birthdays of all the kids or whatever in the kingdom, they have them do like this test to see if they can become samurai, and you and like 4 other people actually make it into it, and they make up the main cast, except for one of them goes like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs early in the story, so he gets taken out pretty early. But it's like they do that or whatever, and they start they start doing their whole demon hunting duty, and then you find modern day Tokyo underground, under the kingdom or something, and that like sets up the main story. So I don't know. So right now we're kind of searching for this one particular character who was like the main antagonist who he killed, but then she resurrected. So that happened, and it's going. One of the things I don't like about the game though is like they're still using that old world map design that they've been using in like the previous entries, and it's like really outdated. Not to mention, because of the way the game is set up, you can get ambushed really easily by the encounters on the world map. And since in this series, like any type of ambush could pretty much mean game over for you if your party's just like not set up correctly for a particular battle. It's kind of like frustrating sometimes, because it's like you'll go in and even like lower level enemies can like wipe out your entire party in like one turn because they just happen to get a jump on you because your luck stat isn't that high or whatever. So I don't know. But other than that though, it's relatively enjoyable, I guess. I just wish I would have finished it before I got Tales of Xillia, because I feel like I'm not going to finish either of these games before the fall, and it's just going to be a big old mess. So that's happening. But I also picked up Tales of Xillia or something there, that thing. But I haven't like really played much of it because been trying to do other stuff, so I'm still like technically in like prologue stages, because I don't even have like a full party yet. So the game it's set up differently from the previous games, and you get to choose one of the two protagonists at the beginning of the game. So I'm not sure if that means like you have different story scenarios or not, because I mean the two of them are in the same party currently that I'm in right now, so I'm not sure if there's going to be like times during the game where they're like split up and you have one doing one thing and one doing the other. So I'll find out once I've kind of further into the game or whatnot. The newest addition to the battle system this time around is like I forgot what they call the battle system, but it's like some long name that goes along with their actual battle system name or something that allows you to link up with characters. So now it's essentially like you're going into battle with like 2-person parties kind of things with 4 people or something. So it's like when you link up with one character, you can kind of like do combos and special attacks with them, and it also gives your linked character or your linked partner like a certain move that can help you. Like for instance, Mila can bind like speed enemies, so you can prevent them from moving, or Alvin will like break the guards of certain of the stronger ones or whatever. So I guess it just kind of depends on the character and what abilities you get, and you can kind of like share certain skills as well. It's like, because skills are like these things for in the series where they have it where you usually you get them through like titles and stuff like that, but this time around you get them through like this kind of like sphere gridish kind of thing that they introduced. This one called I forgot. Crap. But it's like some orb system or whatever, and it's like set up like a spider web, and the way it works is you put your points into the nodes, and it activates each node, and whenever you each node you activate connects the lines, and if you connect them in like a square or whatever it is on the thing, any of the skills that are in the middle of said squares would activate as well, so you can get like new arts and stuff like that that way as well. So it kind of works like sphere grid in that regard, kind of, somewhat, but not exactly. So there's that as well. But yeah, I don't know what's going on so far, because so far the characters have pretty much only just been run out of town because they're like fugitives now, because they're all criminals and stuff, even though they're not really criminals, because Yeah, stuff happens.
Isn't that the plot of Final Fantasy 13?
Isn't it though? Isn't it? Except, although it kind of.
But they're not still teaching you the game right now.
Say what?
They're not still teaching you the game right now.
They are still teaching.
They are still teaching you the game right now.
Because I think I just went through like the linked abilities tutorial or something. So, but although the reason why they're fugitives is a lot different from the reason why the team cast were fugitives. So they just kind of got run out by accident. It was more of a misunderstanding than anything. They kind of just got
whoa.
They kind of got swept up. So yeah. Because as a matter of fact, cause like the main character, he was like a med student or something actually, and he was actually going to go get his teacher from somewhere when he kind of got caught up with Milo, who was actually doing the bad stuff, which caused him. So he's just like, well, might as well just go now because they kind of just screwed me over in this town. So yeah, he's on the run with her, and Alvin just seems to just be doing it because he's a mercenary. And he's in it for the money. So, it's like, sure, I'll save you guys. Although it turned out they were broke, so he couldn't get paid. So, now he's stuck with them until Mila gets money. Is his going thing for now. But, yeah, that happened. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. And, yeah.
So, RPG, are you wearing your hater pants right now?
For what?
What do you mean for what? I mean, on Twitter, you're all like, they feel wonderful. So I'm just wondering, do they still feel wonderful? Are you still wearing them?
Sure.
Let the record show. RPG has to do that. He wears hater pants, and they feel wonderful. Just saying.
Yay.
All those times he said he didn't wear them.
He was lying. Wait, what? He totally does. What? I don't even... What's happening right now? What's going on here?
You just said your hater pants feel wonderful.
Yeah, but what did that have to do with anything I was doing?
No, it didn't. And I was just throwing it out there, because, I'm doing all these random Twitter things in the middle of before we start changing gears and stuff. But yeah. It's like a transition from a transition or something.
That doesn't even make sense.
Because, you're like, oh, well, that's what I've been playing. It's like, oh, well, how about that Twitter thing? And then it's like, oh, okay. And now I can be like, oh, well, I've been playing Payday 2, and it's awesome, so... Man.
Yeah, seriously. What?
Z. Payday 2, man, it is so much better than the first game. It is going to be, like, man, I cannot wait to get to the game. It's like, I was so hooked on the beta, I didn't even want to play anything else. I was like, man, I want to keep playing. But then I was like, Tekken, your progress is going to be restarted. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to, like, look at the skill trees and, like, get where I'm going to, like, level up my dude when I first start playing. So it's like, I got that done, like, where my skills are going to be. And then just, like, what... Ah, man, it's so good because it's like, first game was like, whatever, it's like such a fart in the wind. The second game, it's like the second game, you get a safe house, all the guns are customizable, but then it's not like Call of Duty style where it's like you just level up and you get stuff. It's like, it's completely random, so it's like, you don't even know when you're going to get an unlock, because like at the end of every mission you have to like pick a card, and the card could be a mod, the card could be a gun, the card could be money, the card could be a mask, the card could be material for a mask or something, and it's like, it gets so random, so it's like, you gotta put work in to get your stuff. So it's like, by the time you have money, like, saved up, you probably will be able to, like, just get stuff. But it's like, you have to, like, do a ton of missions to get stuff. And then while you're doing the missions, you'll get way better at them. So it's like, oh man, I put this video up and everybody's, like, laughing at it because there's a very easy way to be stealthy. And I didn't know. And I was playing with randoms on Steam, so I was like, I had no idea what would happen, which is, like, the funniness of multiplayer. So it's like, you're supposed to, like, rob this nightclub. And, like, you go in, and then, like, you don't really talk to the guard, but to get past him, you just, like, go up to him, and he gets, like, suspicious, so there's, like, this little blue question mark, and you back off, and I'll be like, oh, okay, you guys are cool, whatever, come in. And so, like, what you're supposed to do is get past the dude, go through the dance floor, and then, like, up in the second floor, there's, like, a safe you get the money from, but in order to get to that room, you have to either take out some guards, or, like, melee some dudes and get the door to the car, or the card to the door, the card to the door. And so, like, you can do that completely stealthily, because I've done it before, and then just, like, the only hard part is to, like, get the money from the vault. Well, it's not really hard, actually, because by the time you do that, like, your safe van or escape vehicle will be there. So you just gotta, like, drill the safe open and then get the money and then get out of the club. And you can just like get the civilians to get down and be like, get on the ground, and then like shoot through the security dudes. But the video I put up, so I'm going into the nightclub and I'm trying to get through the door, but then like actually I don't even think I got that far. Like all of a sudden, like just randomly, dude in my party just starts like shooting up civilians in the nightclub on the dance floor, because like he spooked the security guard. He's like, oh well, I just felt like killing all those civilians after I spooked the security guard. It's like, oh, so it's like that was fantastic, and then they also have the assault waves, which are back. So basically now it's cool because it seemed like in Payday 1, when the assault waves were going down, it's like, dude, let's just hunker down and get through this. You had like no mobility. But now it's like, you can totally just like gamble on it and be like, are we going? Like it's assault wave. There's dudes with guns coming in. It's like, we have guns too though, so it's like, we can take them. We might be able to take them. Let's do it. It's like, do you risk like getting the money and like getting to the safe van, or do you just hunker down for the assault wave to clear, and then clearing the assault wave, and then after the assault wave is clear, going out and like getting to your escape vehicle, or just like the strategies that they have, because you can play completely stealthy, like I just said, or just like going guns blazing, and be like, get on the ground, and just like, and like the skill for your intimidation is like an actual skill now. So if you put like skill points into that I keep saying tech tree. You put skill points into the skill tree of the mastermind, I think it is, because there's 4 different classes as well, because it's like class based now. So they totally just like took elements of like Borderlands and Call of Duty. So it's like you have like 4 different skill trees. You have mastermind, technician, ghost, and enforcer. Enforcer is like the guns blazing dude, like just I don't care, I'm going in and shoots everybody. Ghost dude is stealth dude and like has the ECM, which is like the electronic jammer thingy. Mastermind is the leader dude who can like revive people and like intimidate civilians really easily. And the technician dude is the drill dude, and he's a sentry gun as well. I think you unlock the sentry gun with the technician. And so if you're like the mastermind dude and you have like your skill points into your intimidation, you get like a bigger radius of like who you can intimidate to like get on the ground and like control more civilians. Or just like in the first game when you could get like the cops to be on your side, to like, well, not be on your side, but you could get them to like surrender. Yeah, you can also like in this one you have like the skill to get them to fight with you. So it's like, oh, and then like even like later on in that skill tree, you have the skill to, when you're down, they will revive you. So it's like, oh, so it's like, that's a really good skill to have. So and then like you also have like the they also have some like really good revive skills with the mastermind, where it's like you revive someone and they get even more health, or if you're downed and you kill an enemy, you will revive like instantly. So it's like you get a second win with that character if you have that skill. But you only get like one thingy of that, and then like I think if you get into custody and you get brought back out of custody, you get it again or something, but like you only get one of those, so you have to like but basically it's like a second win like in Borderlands. So it's like it's worth it to have that and not be all like, dude, I'm down, man, get me gamer, we're screwed. So I'm already looking forward to it, because like I know we're gonna have some crazy adventures and just the drills are back, and like they're still crazy and seriously annoying. And then it's funny because like on the bank job, like usually when you open the vault, the door will like open, but then sometimes it has like that Left 4 Dead randomness where like you don't know what's going to happen. So you'll open the vault, but there'll be like a door, or like the door won't open, and it'll be like, oh, you have to drill through the second door. So it's like, oh, great. So it's like that's a bad. that's when things go bad, is like when just random stuff happens. It's like, oh, there's another barrier, and we have to break out another drill and wait for like at least 90 seconds for the door to open, because
if not more.
Yeah. But luckily on like the drill or the technician, like the drill skill, it's like a better efficient drill, and it doesn't jam as often, so you can get that skill, and it's like, so much so less annoying. So that's why I went for that technician, because it's like, and then also on the master, I think it was like half mastermind and half technician is what I was doing now, because one of the technician skills is like they level up faster, and like the second tier of that is that you and your whole team will level up faster. So it's like, more experience means you get more skill points, and then like there's more. Yeah, it just goes from there, since like you have skill trees. So it's like, ooh, I can look at this skill and be like, ooh, I want to get that, and just go from there.
Make everybody technicians, and everybody levels up super fast.
But Payday 2, awesome. Cannot wait for the full version to come out next week and start.
Is it next week?
Yep, it's next week.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yeah, it's way sooner than I thought.
Because I thought it was like on the 20-something or something.
Yep, the 20th is when Splinter Cell and Saints Row and The Bureau come out. But the week before that is Payday 2.
Oh, no. I need to get a controller before then.
And then, besides that, I was playing The Walking Dead on my mom's iPad mini, and I was just like, oh, this is interesting, but it doesn't control as good, but it was, like, interesting to, like, to play it, but, like, not have a controller and just be all, like, touching and swiping and fingering, so it's like, yeah, that was interesting. And then, what else? There's some game, I don't know what it's called, but you touch this thingy, and, like, you navigate it through this space, and, like, it's kind of like, what's that game called? Loco Roco, but not Loco Roco. It's similar to Loco Roco.
That narrows it down.
You have this orb creature, but it like sprouts into different orbs, or smaller orbs, or bigger orbs, depending on like the other orbs you touch, and then you try like to navigate it. I think it was called like something light or something whatever. It was interesting.
I think that was the one where there was some controversy over it, where it was like, this is Loco Roco, and they're like, no, it's not. Light just means it's the free one. What was it called? Like, I think it started with an R. I can't remember.
Rampant light? Something. I don't remember either.
I think it had like rolling or something in the title.
Let's see, besides that, Vanguard Bandits. Okay, I'm almost at the end, so I can like see if my decisions have even made a difference on the ending, but I'm stuck on this really hard battle at the end, so it's like, so once I get past that, I can finally see if it shaped anything, and if this is like one of the best stretchy breaches of all time, and like, totally like, sleeper hit that didn't even know existed until I was like, oh, it's on pieces, don't really buy it. The Mass Effect, of course, so I need to go back, and I'm going to go back and crack out on that, so it's like, you know, it just never stops. I'm an addict, I admit it, I'm taken, my name's Tegan, and, Mass Effect, can't stop, sorry. And, but actually, well, I guess I shouldn't say that, because, you know, usually you say it when you're, like, on a 12-step program, and you're, like, trying to stop, so I'm not trying to stop, it's like, whatever, so.
You're okay with your addiction?
Yeah, I'm okay with addiction, you know. I'm okay with my addiction to Mass Effect, so, you know. I have plenty of Shepards, and it was funny, because I fired up the PC version for the first time in, like, forever, and I was like, oh, I'm still at the very beginning on this version, so, once I'm done with 3, this next playthrough, I can go back and finally play it on PC. It's been sitting there, and I'm still on Omega, and not even doing anything. Let's see, 3DS. Oh, 3DS. Okay, so when I went to Texas, I got some Street Pass tags. It's really interesting because didn't get any Street Pass tags in Oklahoma, but Texas I got like a few, so that was weird. No Okies, but got some people that had some Final Fantasy VIII Rhythm. Actually, I think that's when I came back. Actually, I got a Street Pass. Oh, the other thing, it's like tons of people playing Animal Crossing. Like, I'd say 4 out of 5 people I Street Pass with now are playing like Animal Crossing. It's like what in like their most recent game. But wow. I was playing. Okay. So I came back. I got Street Pass, and like someone had VIII Rhythm, played it, and then I got one of those shards where you can like unlock one of the hidden characters or whatever. But like, man, I'm glad I stopped playing that game because it would have taken forever to like unlock all that stuff. Like, it's like I still didn't even have all the stuff unlocked. So I'm glad I stopped and like instead of just let me try to like grind. Like it's a very grindy music-based game, so I'm glad I stopped before the grind made me not like that game anymore.
Oh my.
Let's see what else.
Not bad.
Yeah, I just don't think I like having to grind stuff in general. That always kind of... Cause it's like, okay, now I have to spend like hours just doing the same thing over and over and over again before I can move on or whatever, so I've never been a big fan of grinding.
And then, they had that update to the 3DS where you can get, it's so dumb. Like, there's games you can buy that give you access to new hats, but I'm not buying any of those, so they have, like, the new interface on it now, but it's like, pass.
Are you talking about, like, that, there's, like, one looks like a whack-a-mole game or some crap like that? Or
They're all janky crap. I don't care what they are. So
are they each $5?
I think
they're more than they're worth.
Yeah,
I don't know how much they are, but they're more than they're worth.
Because when I went to go check, I thought they were just going to be free or whatever. So, and then this is like, but then it was like charges under each of them. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Who's going to buy this? Like,
well, like I was actually considering it because I thought it was like 4 of them for $5, but then I looked and it was like each was $5. Like, well, that's. You know, I mean, granted, Mii Plaza is the only thing I've played really on 3DS, but
wow, really a fine investment for you.
Yeah, maybe.
See, it's funny because, like, for me, like the thing that is like impeding on me playing any 3DS games is all the cheap PSP games or just the free PSP games. It's like, okay, I just keep buying them. It's like I mean all the carrots. It's like, oh, carrot and stick. Ooh, these carrots are delicious. I just eat all the carrots. That's you know, and like they don't stop coming. And it's like, oh well, they just keep pulling out buckets of carrots. And it's like, oh, okay, so. Unfortunately, I did not get all those Atlas PSP games around sale, so even though you said not to buy them, so
I didn't say not to buy them.
I was going to buy them.
I said to get.
You said like 2 out of 5, dude.
Yeah,
2 out of the 5 games. You're like,
good.
And then the rest of them, you're like, eh.
Well, you didn't
pass.
get any of them, so.
I think one of them you already had.
I think Gunganir was on there, and I already had Gunganir, but I wanted to get.
You didn't get.
You can never have too. You never have too many JRPGs that are tropical.
You didn't get a Kenka Bancho?
No.
Oh.
I missed out on all of them. I was like, oh, I went onto the store and it's like they weren't on there. I was like, no. So,
well, then that's your own fault.
But then I guess the good thing is I still have $10 in my wallet, so on PSN.
And a ton of other games.
After Music Unlimited totally stole the other 10 by auto-renewing my subscription. Thanks, Music Unlimited. You suck. Okay, back to Payday 2 real quick. I forgot to talk about the safe house, but you get a safe house, and in your safe house it like has all the money that you've not unlocked, but like the money that you've stole, I guess. Yeah, because you stole it.
So you can jump into it and swim around, like.
Well, you can't jump into it and swim around.
Money
but,
angel.
Yeah, it's pretty quality to that. And then there's also like a room where you can test out the gadgets and test out all the guns, like a firing range. That's pretty cool, like how they did that, Perfect Dark style. But yeah, that's a nice little touch. But man, so much better than this. It's kind of like Borderlands 2. It's like they improved everything across the board. It's like I can't wait to play the full version. And mass customization, I don't know how it works, but it looks like it's going to be interesting. Because I could only figure out how to change like my stuff into carbon fiber, but I couldn't figure out how to like apply the patterns or like to change the color. But I guess I just haven't unlocked it yet. So that's another cool thing that'll happen. Like we're all gonna have like different masks, and you can be like, oh, that's Gamer because he has that weird mask with the thingy. And that's Tropical because it has that mask with that color, so customization is going to be awesome. Did I play anything else besides that? I don't believe I did. PSP, 3DS. Oh, Call of Duty. I played. Okay, okay. So okay. I'm just going to come out and say it. I lost to one of my younger cousins at Call of Duty because that game's terrible. So yeah. It was Black Ops.
How much younger?
Wait, no, it was Modern Warfare 3. In my defense, though, I haven't played that game in like a year or like 2. But like, if I was in my prime, it'd been no contest. If I was like, whatever, I'm gonna let you win. And the first game, I like lost by like 1 kill, and then like next 2 wasn't as close. But I was like, whatever. It's Call of Duty. I don't care about this game anymore. So it just added to my already Team Fortress 2 terrible experience of shooters. F them. So yeah, or PvP and shooters and multiplayer. Oh, co-op all the way. I was gonna say we should play some Spec Ops. I was like, after things that were said to me, I was like, yeah, you've disrespected the Tekken Master, and
he said mean things to you on top of it.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, okay, what is happening to the young gamers these days?
How
just sit around and say these things to people when it's all about good game and good sportsmanship and good conduct and all that stuff. What the F, man? Gaming community, you're failing and stuff.
Wait, how old is he?
13.
Oh, yeah, he's at that age when they're all foul-mouthed and mean for no reason.
And not only that, him and my nephew beat me up, and I was like, "Whoa, what is this? What is this?" Like, or I guess I wouldn't say they beat me up, but like they're trying to beat me up, and I was like, "What is this?" Like when I was your age, there's no children these days have no discipline. What is this? Like, do you know how much I weigh? Like I weigh like 120 something, and they're both like taller than me, and like I'm 5'3". Like. They may be glad that no blows were thrown or stuff would have happened, and I would have gotten in trouble. But my mom was there, so I couldn't do anything. I was like, "What is man?" Like she just sat there, sat there and laughed. And I was like, "What? This isn't funny."
Well, to be fair, you were getting beat up by your little cousin, so I would have laughed too.
Okay, I wasn't really being beat up like in a literal sense, but man, it sucks being small. It sucks.
Oh.
Not all the time though, but yeah. One of those situations in life when it backfires. And I was like, oh, well, here we go. But luckily, I'm stronger than them. So I was like, that's very interesting. Where I was like, there's one of me, and I'm way more stronger than both of you, so ha. But yeah, it's completely unrelated to what I've been playing, but that's what I've been playing. But yeah, before I stop my aimless babble of Z, comic books, dude. Uncanny X-Men, All New X-Men. If you're not reading them now, you totally should, because Valley Adams is coming, and then like both those books are awesome anyway. Like so good. Like Jean Grey is back, and stuff's going down, and Cyclops is all like,
wait, like the
I'm
actual
not going
Jean
in
Grey
for
or the Marvel girl? Because
well, so since the original 5 and they're back, it's like she's back, she's young again, and she's like finding out all these things, and then yeah,
she died horribly. That's got to be awkward.
And then Cyclops is all like, oh, I'm not going into custody for what people said when I was possessed by the Phoenix Force, so go for yourselves, Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. That's great. And the newest issue is like total confrontation between him and Dazzler, and it's like words were said and stuff went down.
Stuff went down.
Why,
it was so
why
good.
Dazzler?
Also,
What the hell's she been doing for all this? No.
Because they brought her in and they're like, we need someone on the inside that's a mutant that can help us, and you're the only one that we trust. Besides Magneto, because he totally betrayed us. But yeah.
There's a shocker. Magneto betrayed someone?
Daredevil, also really good. But I'm going to stop talking about comic books. But
actually, did you watch the Wolverine?
No, I did not. Oh, I did see Pacific Rim though after we talked about it last episode. It was good. I liked it. Especially I guess I'm not going to say what happened, but yeah, that part with the sword, awesome. I was like, oh man, this is like from an anime. It was great.
Wait, did you?
And guy for arm blades. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking about Pacific Rim. We'll talk about that during the break. But like, dude, it was totally like a great like Western treatment of like a mecha genre style. It's great. I was like, oh man, this is like not a complete turd. Like I thought it might be. So it was great. I loved it. Except, and you're right about the whole like nuclear analog thing. That was dumb, but whatever.
There was a lot of dumb parts, but there was also a lot of, wow, that was an awesome scene.
And like the whole like, oh, we're not going to use like the sword as our primary weapon. We're going to go in melee style. It's like, what? That is so stupid. Who would do that? It's like, really? Or do we not strategize these fights before we start them? We're just going to go in and punch it in the face.
Maybe the sword causes too much collateral damage.
The other guy's got spinning blades.
Oh, then never mind. Whoops.
And the bad guys shoot acid.
Well, there goes rationale behind that then. So, yeah.
But yeah, that's how I've been playing, I guess. And we'll come back after this with our avalanche of games for the fall 2013 and what we're looking forward to. Yeah. Fall Avalanche 2013. If you could only have heard the discussion that we had.
Oh yeah, I just want to say you should have recorded that.
It was pretty aimless.
Missed opportunity.
We actually watch movies too.
Yeah.
I don't usually, but
I do sometimes.
Well, I saw that you got Indie Game the movie again.
That's because it had that DLC for like the extra stuff, and I was like, I love that movie vanilla style, so it has even more interviews. And I was like, ooh, can't wait to watch that. So, but yeah, games of 2013. I have mine by month, so I have like my list in front of me.
I just have mine listed. I didn't know we were supposed to separate them by.
Oh no, I'm just saying like I had mine that way so I could like easily know like I got to the end. Like where we were at.
All right, so we each have them divided in different ways. Month, no divide, and mine is the A team and the B team. Basically, games that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get, and games that I'm trying to figure out if I want to get them right away.
Yeah, I just did mine by year.
All right, so yes. The list, 2013, by year.
Alright, so for me, I have the most games in August, which is weird, but whatever.
Oh, really?
Because I have Payday 2, The Bureau XCOM Declassified, Splinter Cell Blacklist, Flashback, and I have an asterisk next to TMNT Out of the Shadows, because does it have co-op?
It does.
It does.
Okay, well, I'll just wait for the PS3 version, which I think comes out like either the next month or the month after September, so...
September
Like
20th.
play with Gamer and Tactical. Ooh, an RPG. We could be all turtle style.
Woo!
Yay.
Turtle power for real time.
Yeah, right?
It's funny because like Payday 2 I was going to pre-order, but then Gamer gifted it to me on Steam, so I was like, yay, that's on my list.
I saw that. I was like, oh, well, that kind of solves that problem then.
And then like my one game was going to be either XCOM Classified, because it looks like Mass Effect if it had like went down a different path of let's shoot everything in the face. And then Splinter Cell. I loved Conviction, man. Like just the stalking and predatory stealth, and just I don't even care about the story. They had like a story trailer. I was like, I don't even give a f about the story, dude. It's all about just like the gameplay of just stalking dudes and stabbing them and shooting them.
Tropical sound really creepy when you two always go on your things about enjoying
Animations are so good.
and stabbing people and stuff like that. It's like, you know,
You're taking out a room full of dudes and they never know you're there, like a ninja. It's great. And it has Spies vs. Mercs, which I will only play as Spy. That's like I think that's gonna be like a new rule with like games that have like interesting multiplayer. It's like I still don't like multiplayer. It's like I'll just play as the side I want to play as all the time. So it's like
you know
only
what the structure of that game is, right?
With the what?
You know what the structure of multiplayer is, right? You play with mercs and then you play as spies.
Oh, well, I'll just like guard one hallway then
jump out mid-game.
and then I'll be safe.
Oh, I'm done sneaking. Tekken has left the game. Game Master has left the game.
Yeah, I'll just like play one round at a time. Like I only play as Spy.
Game starts. Oh, I'm a merc. Tekken Master has left the game.
Didn't another game have a similar like multiplayer thing where it's like they alternated what you were?
They're almost always like that. Just in the interest of fairness, I guess.
No, but I mean like each round it was like you'd play as one side and then you'd play as the other one the next. Because Resistance, that's what it was. Like you play as like the thing, and then you do chimeras and then humans or something and that kind of thing.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, flashback back in the day, I loved that game on Sega Genesis, so I'm really interested to see if it got a faithful re-adaptation for the current gen. So, and it's only like cheap downloadable, so it's not like $60. It's like whatever. It's just a downloadable game, so I can afford to spend the money on that. Those are my games for August.
Wow.
Well, I don't have my month, so I can't like. Yeah. I guess.
Okay, I guess RPG can go last. Do you have any games in that time frame, Tropical, or do you not know?
I think so. So, Blacklist, because we're going to be all super stealth. What was the hashtag? I can't remember.
Oh, I put super stealth ninja action or something, or super stealthy ninjas or something.
Yep.
I was talking to Gamer and Tropical about like what platform they're getting on, so I wouldn't know which one to pre-order, because I'm going to go to GameStop and pre-order all these games. Well, not all of them at the same time, but, you know.
Yeah, I think that's my only other one for August. What's the 20th? Yeah, so Saints Row 4 is on my B team. I think that's also the 20th. And but yeah, as I mentioned before, I think there might be a next gen version. Otherwise, I might just get the PC version of it because it's cheaper. But yeah, that's one I will probably wait on. And then, well, TMNT Out of the Shadows, but that's September. And also, I've been hearing on the B, that's on my A team. On the B team, there is Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, which I've been hearing really good stuff about.
What is
and
that?
It's a weird game or mechanically it's a weird game in that you control two characters with one controller. Mm-hmm. So like one analog stick controls one character, and there's two of them.
So it's like Cookies and Cream?
Kind of, except you're all doing it by yourself.
And that's even weirder.
Yeah, I understand it's like the narrative part is supposed to be really good. I don't really know too much about the mechanics beyond that. Like, each half the controller controls one character. But I heard the narrative is really good. It's like, okay, that's something I'm interested in games now, so... But yeah, I don't know too much about it, so that's on the B team. Also on the B team, and this is not going to happen, but Disney Infinity. Because I like the idea.
They had me at Disney.
And I heard the toy box thing is amazing. So I actually might pick up Toy Story 3 just to check out the toy box. That's sort of like the prototype version back in the day. And it's probably really cheap now. I don't think the rest of these are August.
Alright, well...
I think I know which one of mine are August, though, so I could still, in theory, do mine that way. if you insist on going month by month.
I was gonna say, like, since Chowdercall mentioned the Brother Attila Two Sons game, there are, like, games... I'm not sure if Mario and Luigi's out yet, but...
It's next week. It's on my list.
Yeah, there's that. It's not on my list, but then there's also, Shadowrun Returns came out, and I'll pick it up on the Steam sale, and then Dragon's Crown came out, but I haven't played it, but here in Chowdercall and Gamer, it's probably gonna... It's getting your review, so, you know. If games get, like, a certain threshold of word of mouth and critical acclaim, then they will be... I'm not going to, like, go out and get them, but they'll be on my list of, okay, I'll get this eventually.
Because Tropical didn't really
getting up there.
Convince me that it's a good game, though. He just said it was pretty when I asked him.
Just started playing an RPG. Still got a ways to go on the threshold.
And the reviews I've seen probably weren't... I haven't seen any, like, awesome reviews for it, so I don't know.
The only review I saw that was, like, was the Polygon one. And it was all about how...
There's a lot of backlash about that one, too, actually. That particular review.
I imagine so.
Because I saw a lot of not pleasant comments about them. I was like, oh, that went well, I guess.
But yeah, I looked up the hashtags I put on the Splinter Cell thing, and it was Super Stealthy Ninjas and Stealth Ninja Co-op. Because, you know, spice of all the fun. And then my only September game is GTA 5. So September's one game.
Do you have an August one?
I have several, actually. Although one of them already came out, so I'm not sure. Because, like I said, I created this list months ago before some of these things happened. So.
The Tales.
Yeah, because Tales of Xillia is on there, obviously. So is... Cause, I mean, I own it now, so there's that Mario and Luigi Dream Team. I also have Killer is Dead and the Bureau XCOM Declassified. I think those are the only ones on there. Shin Megami Tensei 4 was on there as well, but since it already also was released, obviously, I already have that as well. So,
yeah. The Bureau. I think I should probably finish XCOM Enemy Unknown first.
Well, I can't finish that one until I get my PS Plus thing again.
Try to get unstuck.
Just cancel your cable RPG and buy PlayStation Plus.
I think I might. I've been considering it because I'm like, but see
you get free games with the cable? No, there you go.
Well, the fee they're charging for it is kind of expensive, so I might just wait until. Because, I mean, once my year thing is up with them, like November or whatever, it'll be... So, I don't know. Well, I'll see. But, yeah, eventually I'll probably just get it. Because I'll have to anyway if I want to play the PlayStation 4 stuff, so...
Oh, yeah.
It's like...
Forgot about that.
But, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But, I mean, what part are you stuck on, Tropical?
I don't remember exactly what the level is. I think it's one of the ones where I'm investigating a crash ship, and it's the first time I've encountered like these giant mech thingies.
Oh, I hate those things.
That just like walk through all the cover, and I'm like, really? It didn't even shoot at us. It just walked over the cover and killed everybody.
Awesome. Well, I haven't encountered those yet, so.
I reached that point. It's like, so do I cheat again and like reload, or do I try to continue on with scrubs?
Just like the game seems to like when you think they've like done introducing enemies, and it's like yet another new enemy type. When you're like here we like that, because like one mission where like I first ran into like that little mini UFO thing with the little probe thing.
That almost killed me too.
I was like, oh, this looks relatively harmless, and then it transformed into like this grenade throwing mech thing. I was like, what the hell is this? So good thing my characters are already like had their upgraded armor and stuff. Otherwise, that would have been disastrous. So it's like, because I had like several of them like grouped together, so it's like the grenade hit them, and I was like, oh no! but it only took like 5 damage out of the 13. So I was like, okay, we're good.
My guys were like half dead. I was like, retreat, retreat.
Yeah. But luckily, those things go down really easy with like plasma weapons and stuff. So, but my sniper.
I don't have those either.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, my
I don't think we had lasers either yet.
Holy crap! What have you been doing, Tom? What the hell? Because like now my 2 snipers, they pretty much just like intercept anything that's even trying to come near us with the plasma rifles they have. So it's like I have nothing to worry about because they like critical hit everything. So just like yeah, this is just fantastic. I have nothing to worry about right now. So yeah, but we'll see how that goes once I run into mechs apparently that exist in this game.
Yeah, so Bureau is after XCOM Enemy Unknown. So, September.
Yeah, I don't have this game on my list, but I just thought of it because I looked at a list of games coming out. When does Pokemon XY come out?
October.
Okay. It's like an asterisk on that one because I'm not sure if it's like in my heart, in my sentimental of, oh, it's Pokemon, it's like, oh, what if I, but then it's like, all these other games, I don't know, PSP, just save money and not buy it, and I gotta afford a PS4, so,
I would say wait until, don't buy them just in case, because they seem with like the last few that they've done between these sequels or like the special releases like how they did with Platinum and Black and White 2 and all these like middle porn, just wait until they do Pokemon Z or whatever and then pick that one up.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
It'll probably happen. So, just
yeah, yeah, good advice.
How they do it now?
They've taken the Capcom route,
and no one noticed. It's RPG.
Well, yeah. Come on to you, Nintendo.
Actually, that's not true because even on Red and Blue they had gold. So
wait, what?
Well, it was yellow.
It was
right?
yellow, but that was
whatever.
Like way
yellow.
after though.
Way in the beginning.
Everybody loves Pikachu.
Well, I didn't. I don't like Pikachu. He sucks.
Pikachu! Okay, so my games for October are Beyond Two Souls and Batman Arkham Origins. I'm not sure if I want to get the handheld version, so I'm holding off on that until reviews come out or people say it's awesome. So
they will, because Batman's in it. He gets free.
It's on there, but it's not in stone that I'll be getting it day one.
I had a lot of September ones. Grand Theft Auto 5, I'm still on the fence about. I mean, I think it's going to be awesome, but I was like, can it be more awesome? Will they release a PC version of that one? But then, I don't know if my PC will run it, so maybe I should just get it on console. Which one are you getting? Are you getting PS3?
PS3.
Okay.
Team PlayStation. Ooh, sorry.
That one, Puppeteer, I'm super looking forward to. I heard this. I read this article about surround sound in Puppeteer, and you wouldn't think that it would have any because it's a 2D game and everything happens in front of you. But what they've done with the surround sound is that the rear speakers play audience sounds. It's like the premise, the setup is it's on a 2D stage and it's actually a real like puppet theater stage. And so behind you, you just hear audience reactions to things. And they actually did this thing where if your character doesn't move for a certain amount of time, you actually start hearing just like people talking in the audience and then people leaving. And then it actually gets, the way they described it is like it gets loud enough to actually drown out the background music that's happening on stage.
Well, that's rude.
And it's like, wow, that's really cool. That was really neat. I checked it out in the demo, and you're just sitting there, and the character's just sitting there, and the narrator will occasionally say something like, yeah, so are we going or what? And then you'll start hearing people like, yeah, clearing their throats. And people leaving. Then just like a ton of people whispering. It's just like, this is really cool. So, really looking forward to that one. All the Shadows I did.
I played the really brief
demo of it.
Demo for Puppeteer anyway. But it seems like one of those nice little charming games, so I'm excited for that one.
What else is September? Kingdom Hearts 1.5. That's on the B team.
Bah. It's not on my list at all.
I haven't played the other two. I've only played the first one. So I've played the 1. Well, I haven't played the 0.5.
Let me save you the trouble, because for one, 358 over 2 days is just the movies, not the game itself. So it's not. You won't be playing that either.
That's inconvenient.
And Chain of Memories is yeah. Have fun with that.
So. All right then. It's on the B team. On the B team, I have Dive Kick, which looks kind of cool. And I think is Rain September? I think Rain is September.
Oh, I forgot about that game. I'm adding it to my list now.
That's either September or October. I can't remember.
Wait, you said Beyond Two Souls is in
October.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said it was September. I was like, oh wait. This lies.
Yep, that's my September one.
For September, I have Puppeteer as well, and I have Armored Core Verdict Day. I think those are my only 2 Septembers, actually. Possibly. I think so, because, yeah. They are.
Are you sure Rain has a release date, Tropical? Because I'm on GameSpot and it says December 31st, 2013.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
You're not sure? I'm disappointed in you.
Oh no! Losing gamer cred.
Yes.
And then, in November, it's weird because I have Watch Dogs, but since it's going to be coming with my PS4, technically that's not really a purchase.
Did you just skip
and
October?
No, I said my October games.
Yeah, he already did October.
Oh,
we're a month behind.
Oh, we're behind him. Oh, okay.
Did we do October? I guess we should
Did
do
you?
October too. No, we didn't do October yet.
Because I thought we were still going through a month. I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here?
So I think I have GT6.
Is that in October?
Is that October or is that November?
I think that's not confirmed, Tropical, because if it was in October... Actually, you can computer it now. Let me see.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's GT6.
Because I'm like, if it comes out this year, because I keep saying that, I still don't believe it.
I feel like it's going to be October, or either October or November.
Well, yeah.
It'll be hard.
Sometime this year.
Because Beyond is in October.
I'm still debating about that game. I'm not sure how if I want that game or not.
Yeah, on GameStop it says 12/31/2013, so no date yet.
So that, but Batman, Arkham Origins, and Blackgate. Because, well, because it's Batman.
Because last year were awesome. So,
yeah, exactly.
even though it's not by the same developer, it looks close enough to the same, so they can't really ruin it that much, can they?
They essentially had a template going in, so it's not like they could really screw it up that much, can they?
Unless they were trying.
Well,
is Ratchet and Clank into the next October?
I think that. I don't think
it.
So.
Well, it's a cheaper Ratchet and Clank game, and it looks fantastic. So
because it's Ratchet and Clank, duh.
Killzone Mercenaries?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't play the Killzone games.
I had not put this in months either. Killzone Mercenaries is A-Team. Batman is A-Team. Beyond is A-Team, and GT6 is A-Team. B-Team, I had October. I think Final Fantasy X Remake? Or remaster.
I think I'm going to try to stream that game before it comes out on PS2, because it still holds up. It's still really good.
It's probably true. But, man, I think that's my favorite one.
It's my favorite
one of my favorite ones, my top 3.
Yeah, one of your other ones sucked, though, so you don't need to... Hey, I'm just saying, there's plenty of people that agree with me, so it can't just be me.
And there are many people more that agree with me, so, in your face.
Yeah, I would be okay with, like, a high-def re-release of Final Fantasy VI. Like, they don't have to change it, really, just make it fit on my screen.
Probably like one of the few that actually had any extra attention paid to it outside of 5, because no one ever remembers 5. So
I think it was 6, like just having the tons and tons of characters,
which it did.
Yes. Yep, that's my October. Or I'm not sure which one. This one is Lego Marvel Superheroes is on my B team.
Say what? Marvel. Also, Ratchet & Clank doesn't have a release date yet. Just as
okay then. So that's my October.
Lego Marvel Superheroes is October 22nd. So yeah.
Is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the process of pre-ordering my Gran Turismo 6 from Amazon right now. If you're wondering what I'm doing and why I'm typing in the background.
Scribblenauts Unmasked is on my B team.
So I can get what is this? I think it's 1 million credits.
I forgot a September game. Whoopsies.
1 million credits. I still haven't made my manifest yet, but whatever.
Your manifest for what?
For the cards I'm going to get with my free in-game money on Gran Turismo 6. Or pre-ordering it from Amazon. But I think I'll just like not worry about it and just like go with it and be like, whatever. I got 1 million credits. I can buy whatever.
Oh, I forgot several September games. JK.
I guess I gotta make sure I can afford all those cars. So I guess I'll do that before I do this. So yeah, November. ... Like I was saying. Before we skip that month.
I didn't do my October games.
Oh, sorry.
Way to be, guy. Way to be. So anyway, actually, also 2 more September games that I apparently left off is Ys Memories of Soul Set. I don't know how to pronounce that last word, and Valhalla Knights 3. So those are Vita games. They're there as well. So there's that. For October, I have Sonic Lost Worlds, the 3DS version, obviously, because I don't own a Wii U, so that's happening. And
yeah, that's the other game besides X that I was like, oh, why's it got to be on Wii U? Because actually, like, looking at it more and more, I'm like, oh, it actually doesn't look as terrible as I thought it might be.
It made me sad when I saw the newest trailer, and I was like, damn my lack of a Wii U. Damn you, Nintendo. So, this is all their fault.
It's just so weird not having all the consoles.
Yeah.
Because it's been so many years. It's just like, it doesn't matter what it's on because I have it.
Oh yeah, good point.
But now it's like
suddenly it's like, wow, there are games that I want to play and I don't have that console, and it's been a long time since I've been able to say that.
Makes me sad. So sad. And also the Guided Fate Paradox. I think that's it for my October games. So yeah. Now we can go to November.
Yep.
All right. So November for me is Watch Dogs, but it's coming from my PS4, so technically it doesn't really count. But besides that, it's really, really surprising because I have no other games, and then I have an asterisk next to South Park Stick of Truth because I'm like, I don't know, because it looks awesome, it looks good, but then like you have people in the previews being like, it looks kind of so I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. Or I read like one preview that was like negative, and I was like, what? Or it wasn't negative, it was just like, game kind of looks like it needs more time. So I was like, okay, so
hasn't it had enough
time?
Hasn't it had enough?
That's what I said. I was like, really?
You can't rebake a cake.
So now I am kind of worried. And I'll just wait and see what other people say.
Weird.
Unless there's like some sweet period where you get to like play as Tally or have him in your party, because that'd be fun. Yeah. Or Mr. Hanky. Christmas food.
Yeah.
Or any other funny characters.
About that.
That would be great. I'd pay $60. Well, no, I wouldn't pay $60 for that, but I'd pre-order for that, so. Because the game's already going to be awesome. So. Carmen and his foul mouth. Like, I would laugh every time. Every day I played that. If it put a smile on my face, it'd be like Nintendo if it was M-rated, but not. Or, yeah, something. But that's it for my November, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think
November... Call of Duty can suck it. Sorry.
November is a weird month because I think the assumption is that
Also console launches, yeah.
Yeah, like next gen will be here in November.
So I should have nothing in November.
Well, if that happens, I think... Actually, I have no next gen games on my A team. My B team, yeah, like I'm not really sure what I want. So it's like Watch Dogs, yeah, maybe. Killzone, I think, is the one that I'm most interested in. But still, also on the B team, Assassin's Creed 4 looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just the open world looks crazy awesome. But yep, also on the B team. Drive Club, but PlayStation Plus free version, so B team.
How did you buy it though, so you wouldn't have to worry about it?
Battlefield 4, because I like Battlefield, and to a lesser extent also Call of Duty Ghosts. But also B team, because that's the game that casual people play. So I might actually have to get that on PS3 to play with my casual people.
You socialize with them? You're just losing gamer cred all day today, aren't you? I'm just kidding, listeners, by the way. It's not even... just because there are people out there who will take that seriously and be like, what?
Speaking of casual, Book of Potions, the sequel to Book of Spells on Wonderbook.
That's good old meth lab waiting to happen.
Diggs Nightcrawler, which is also a Wonderbook game. I think that one's either November or late October.
So basically, you just download like what the app or whatever for it, right? Because I mean, because it'll just work with the Wonderbook peripheral you have.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the way my disk space has been going, I'm hoping that they'll have a disc version.
That's like issue.
But if the digital version is cheap, maybe I'll just have to clear some more space and get that one.
Oh, geez. I just thought I need to buy an external hard drive for my PS4, so I guess I'll add that to my November list.
An external hard drive for what?
All the stuff I will be downloading.
Not immediately.
Doesn't matter.
It's like I doubt you'll...
Better be safe than sorry. Always be prepared.
Yeah. No. No, it's not. Not in this case. It's safer to have money and not a hard drive.
That is true. I agree with that. For November, I have Tearaway and...
Oh yeah, that got pushed to November.
It did. They got
I have that one.
Delayed and whatnot. And I think Ragnarok Odyssey Ace is supposed to be that month as well. So I'll have that. And that's it for my November games. All the rest of the games I have listed here don't have definite release dates, just like 2013.
Yeah, mine are all question marks of when they're coming out.
So,
all right, so
after this,
there's no December ones?
No.
Not that I know of.
So question mark and beyond.
All my next-gen stuff is in the Beyond section. I have like a list of 2014 titles with a question mark next to them. So
my question mark ones are Gran Turismo 6, Destiny, The Witness, and Rain.
Destiny's not coming out until next year.
I know, but it's on there because, we don't know when it's coming out next year, so...
But if that's the case... But, like I said, I have like a bunch of...
I said December... We said December and beyond, so I was like, oh, okay. Oh. And we're going into, like, February, so maybe it comes out in January, and it's like, happy birthday, Tegan. I'll be like, yeah, but it's not happening, but whatever. Yeah. I can wish.
It'll come out in March. I like my birthday much better.
My Beyond ones, The Witness...
coming out.
Infamous Second Son... Galaxy, which I've been reading a lot about recently. That sounds really awesome. I had that on my
list too before because I was like, this looks interesting. Cause
actually, when does Octodad come out? Isn't it like day and date? It's like first day is the new stuff.
No, they're gonna try, but like they're gonna finish their PC version first.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
You could just get the PC version then. Why would you even worry about
share button?
Yeah, I think sharing is gonna matter for Octodad.
Here we go.
The other one is Transistor. That was like coming out of E3. I think that was my most anticipated game that I watched a lot of. Because Batman Arkham Origins at the time was like, well, yeah, it's Batman, but they have not shown me the stuff to get excited about yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So Transistor was my most. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to play that game.
Except you're gonna have to. So
Probably true.
So that's a thing. Alrighty. Alrighty. So I have Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies, Mind Zero, Toykiden, Dark Souls 2, Phantasy Star Online 2, Murdered Soul Suspect, Bravely Default, Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton, Final Fantasy 15. I had reverses down as well. Destiny, The Division, Infamous Second Son, and The Order 1886.
Isn't The Division next fall?
I thought it was.
Yeah,
is it next fall?
They said it was next
Oh,
End of next year.
Never mind. I thought it was going to be earlier. Well, then I'll just skip down the
That would have
list.
been on mine if that wasn't the case.
So,
And has Bravely Default been... Have they said it's coming out here?
yes,
Yeah,
Oh,
they announced
okay.
it.
they announced it. So,
When's it coming out?
it's supposed to be sometime early next year. From
Oh,
understanding, but
I might put that on my list.
so yeah.
Actually, yeah, because, 2014, I can reset all my boycotts of everybody I'm boycotting right now. So Capcom.
That's what
Square Enix.
happens.
That's the only way I'm going
They
to
expire.
get Final
Well,
Fantasy. So
I saw that Ultimate Street Fighter 4, and I was like, and then they said next year, I was like, oh, well, I can pardon them for their year of boycotted that I've done this year. We'll see how it goes. But if they do anything sneaky or fishy, they're back on the list.
it's true.
Or they pull the Mega Man card again. It's like, you know what? I should just keep on doing it because that hurt, man. That hurt. It's like, oh, here's Mega Man, not in our game, but somebody else's. Not in the one you wanted, but we took away after we said it was out.
Because I was mad that they
Coming.
put Zero in place of Mega Man. Seriously, who cares about Zero? This guy's a douche.
Oh, yeah, is there any gaming industry news to discuss?
I feel like there was, and I forgot what it was, is what happened. Because I think I saw, some stories over the week, and I was like, oh, this might be important. And then I forgot about it, so it must not have been that important. Whoops.
Well, the thing on the top of my head is that Game DVR is behind the Xbox Live Gold paywall on the Xbox One, which brings the question...
No share button for you, Xbox. Sorry.
Well, I mean, they didn't have a share button to begin with, so there was that.
Yeah, the question is, what is it on PlayStation? I mean, I think right now the assumption is it's not behind the paywall. But actually, I don't think we know that.
Because because you would need the online services for it to function, right? So technically,
on PlayStation, not all the online stuff is behind the paywall.
oh, it's just like multiplayer and something like that, or
Not even all multiplayer. Like free-to-play games, they get to choose. So we know PlanetSide 2 and DC Universe Online, you don't need Plus. You can just download them and play them with, tons of other people. And then like Netflix and stuff, those require the network, but they aren't behind the Plus paywall.
that's different though, because they're like, well, I guess since Microsoft does require you to do it for them,
Yeah.
so.
So it's just like, is this gonna? Because it goes to Ustream, and it's like, well, is it gonna be PlayStation Plus required, or is it gonna be? I think the impression was like this is gonna be free as part of the system, and so it's just gonna be a free part of the system. But I guess we don't really know that. And the only thing the slide said was immersive multiplayer experiences with PlayStation Plus. So does that mean sharing?
But that doesn't really count as multiplayer.
Yeah, sharing is sort of single player.
I guess that's the other thing is, we still have games coming to TGS, so there's still stuff that we can get details of.
Yeah, that's true.
Since it's so weird, after E3, though, the canyon between the two has become closer as far as, what they both do.
Yeah.
We took out the DRM, so sorry.
I did hear they were supposed to be having, a keynote at TGS, so...
Sony.
Yeah, Sony, not Microsoft.
So yeah, we I guess did we have the self-publishing thing, or was that during our off week?
That was during our off week, I think, 'cause I don't remember.
I don't remember talking about it at all.
Mm.
Yeah, they reversed on self-publishing too. So self-publishing is coming to Xbox 360 this month, and then there's going to be self-publishing on the Oh wait, we did talk about it.
We did.
Talked about
because I remember that.
Them being a dev kit.
Oh yeah.
That'll be really cool.
Will it though? Will it?
You know, I went out to get Dragon's Crown, and I hit up all the games places and the Xbox fans, and it's just like, yeah, I was like, oh, so DRM is gone, so that might be good. And I was like, how could it be bad? And they're like, well, the thing is, like, Steam is DRM, and now they have awesome sales after it got popular. Like, yeah, but that would only work if the Xbox One was also free, or Steam cost $500. It's like, how popular would Steam be today if it cost $500 to get Steam, and then you have to buy games separately?
Mm.
Anything else? I was just looking it over, and I was like, yeah, August is going to be pretty exciting. We got Gamescom, and then I think PAX is the week after, and then, well, this crowd no longer cares, but Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer reveal on the 14th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, lots of stuff.
Oh, I wonder how it's going to be so much different than the last 5 games.
Apparently, it also has tumbling buildings on next gen.
Ooh, and I saw something about having some sort of squad feature, because, you don't have squads of dudes with guns in that game.
Pedro Molyneux wants to be able to shoot other people's dogs and have your dog
What?
blow up.
Why would you think that's okay? That is terrible.
It was so funny. It was just like, oh, they showed the dog, but how has it changed gameplay? And, gameplay for most people is multiplayer. So, what's the dog going to be like? Is everyone going to have their own dog? Am I going to be able to shoot your dog?
I do not approve of that gameplay mechanic. The dog should be, immune to bullets and explosives.
Wow.
It's like Truck. When you play as the raptor, you can play as the dog now.
That would be awesome.
Or you can go around and disarm claymores or bombs or something, I don't know. You're a completely defensive or support class.
Which, technically, they mostly are, outside of being able to bite things. Because, dogs can't use guns.
They can use shoulder-mounted rockets.
Well, I'm sure they can, but
they have shoulders.
But slight issue. Because there's a lot of things working against that, and also I feel like that would be very dangerous on so many levels for everyone, not just your enemy. So yeah.
Yeah. Anything significant?
Not that I know of, anyway.
Wow. Well, sort of. A lot of people posted this, but there's that feminist video, the tropes versus women in games.
Mm-hmm.
Part 3 of that is out.
Oh, I haven't seen the first 2.
Yeah, it's just I watched them,
one, but not the second one.
It just feels. Well, if the goal is to make you think about it and be aware of it, then that has been accomplished 100%. I don't feel like the videos were. I don't understand why they cost so much money. Is one thing.
I agree. I'd also like to see material that is more modern being presented. It's not this or a kind of slide on. Oh, let me show these Nintendo games because I play so many Nintendo games now.
It wasn't even just they talked about it, I was like, oh, they're really well researched, and I watched them. I was like, it doesn't seem really well researched. It seems like those are the typical like examples that you would bring up in those cases. So, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have had to do any research at all to find all those examples, because those are the ones that people know. It's like, oh, think of a really sexist game.
Dead or Alive?
Duke Nukem.
And you just grab those parts of it. There, I've made this video. This is the problem in games. It's like, think of a not sexist game. Say, Tetris.
Well, yes. But
I don't know. Like,
although there are some pink blocks in there, they don't get well represented. So
the issues I had with it is like lots of people are like, oh, it's so well researched. It's like, not really. It just seemed very off the top of the head, and then you go find the videos for them, and then there's just man, it's been a while since I watched the first two, but it's like there are things where it's like there are obvious counter examples to these, and so if you don't address the counter examples in the video, if you don't address them, then the people who are watching it can only think about, they're going to forget a lot of the points because they're thinking about their counterpoint. And it's just like, that is not... Well, I withheld judgment at the time. It's like, you know what, I'm going to wait for the last video to come out. And the last video came out, and I was like, yeah, I think my argument still stands. Like, there's certain parts where it's like, you really should have... If you had counters to these, or you know what the counters are, because they're really obvious, and you should have counterpoints to that already ready. Because this is a one-sided conversation.
Well, I guess if you're just trying to... it almost sounds kind of like propaganda-y that way, by doing it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I think sometimes this topic goes overboard, and if I'm wrong, then it makes sense because I'm not a woman. But it's like it just seems like sometimes they frame it in a way where they're like accusing the creators, whereas in my opinion, I think intent is important. So, for example, like racism, like some people are brought up racist, but they don't know it. So it's not like they're intentionally being racist. It's just like...
That's the only thing they know.
Yeah, that's the only thing they know. So I think it's okay for you to point it out to them, and then they'll be like, oh, wow, my eyes have been opened. But, I think it's wrong to just say, just accuse them you're a racist, and... how... See, there's sort of... It's different. So I think when a lot of these articles come up, like it seems like they're accusing them of being sexist, and it's like, I don't think that's the case. I think that is a symptom of the industry being really male-centric, and that's the problem. It's not that these men are sexist. It's that the entire infrastructure has been built upon a somewhat sexist notion.
Like, in what way were the videos referring to them being sexist, though? Because I haven't, watched them, so I'm not, I don't know how they're...
Yeah, briefly,
doing, but,
the entire video series was about the damsel in distress trope.
Mm-hmm.
And so she talked about, it's rooted in history, like all the mythological stories and stuff. For the most part, it's a guy who is the hero, and he goes saves a lady who is powerless.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just traces that line throughout games. It's like, oh, Mario rescued, what was her name? Pauline from Donkey Kong. And Pauline is just, like the woman in these situations. She's not even really a character. She is, if this was a sport, she is the ball.
It's kind of funny. But kind of true. But still, it's like, I mean, but now I see what you're saying, though, because if she's, or whoever's doing these videos is, using that as, their going point without, because there's, so many, examples you can use now of like stronger female protagonists that are all over games now. So it's like I don't know if that seems like
she basically covers all that by saying, yeah, there are some, but there's way more that aren't.
I don't know. You would probably be able to actually bring up more female protagonists than you could damsel in distresses, because, I mean, really, I bet, like, most of her points are probably, like, Princess Peach or, like, Zelda or something, and even then Zelda turned into a ninja in one of them, so she didn't even get all damsel-y, so...
She did talk about that one. She said, yeah, well, she is only... Like, Zelda is always weak, though. She was only strong when she was in her male persona.
Did they ever say Sheik was actually male, though? And
that's the thing. It's like...
Not only that, I'm pretty sure Zelda... Isn't she, like, a super powerful mage in all her incarnations or something in some way, shape, or form? That's
not addressed at all.
Huh.
So then, yeah, us as the viewers, we sort of sit there and say, well, hang on. You know, even though she's dressed... Well, first of all, yeah, they never said Sheik is a male. You just sort of assume it. And then, you know, once you find out that Sheik is Zelda, then I think everyone assumed that Sheik was female.
Yeah, cause unless she really is that powerful of a mage, where she can just change her sex too. It's like, aha.
Yeah, I think, you know, to make it truly compelling, and, you know, maybe that wasn't the point, as I said, like, yes, now I think about it a lot. When I watched The Wolverine, it was like, oh man, this is in my brain now. I cannot enjoy this movie the way I would have.
Didn't that movie have, like, a main female villain,
though? Viper?
Because... I don't think she would.
Well, no.
Damsel, would she?
Yeah, just because the entire thing was about damsel in distress. Like, every time you see a like strong female character becoming powerless and have to wait for rescue, you know, that every time I see something like that, these videos come to mind, and I'm just like, dang.
Whoops.
It's like, now it is in my brain. I just missed that entire part of dialogue because I was thinking.
It's like, oh, the video's like, already over. Whoops.
To me, it was like interesting because like it seems like as far as like if you look at it from like an Eastern versus Western thing, there's like so many more Japanese examples I can think of to where it's like there's so many like kick-ass Japanese chicks in anime that are like I was like, dude, this is so not true if you look at it from the Japanese standpoint, but like I guess from like a Western perspective it might be, but I don't know.
Yeah, because a lot of that's true. A lot of the Japanese do have.
Because like Motoka Kusanagi is like so awesome. I'm so in love with her. So
that's one of the things I think should have been addressed. It's like, yeah, a lot of people will think of a lot of strong female characters that don't have these things happening. So, you know, but none of that is really covered because there's just the blanket statement. Yes, there are some, but there's way more that aren't. And it's like,
I could disagree with that, though.
It would be, it would be more compelling if you could make that statement, if you could back that statement up. I mean, I think intuitively we all think that that's how it is, but who knows? Maybe it isn't. Maybe, or like, obviously it is. But maybe the disparity isn't as great as that blanket statement makes it sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like after watching it, all I could think about was The Last of Us, because a lot of people talked about, it's, you know, yeah, there's a lot of strong female characters, but the game is ultimately sexist because it is Joel's story. Oh, God. And the creators were like, not really. I mean, because it was also Ellie's story. Like, there's this one scene where Joel he's not even there, and there are several scenes where Joel isn't even there. But like one scene in particular is like, yeah, Joel's not even there, and it's all about Ellie's character development. So why would that matter if it was all about Joel? And then it was just like, It is in my head now. So mission success. If that was the point, you
See, that's
like I said, just like propaganda. That's what it's for.
That's what kind of annoys me when I see articles like that all the time. Is like it just makes me be like, oh, I'm sick of it being brought up and talked about all the time. It's like, okay, I get it. Okay, seriously. Okay, seriously. Oh.
Yeah,
what do you want me to do about it? I'm sorry.
Well, you can stop supporting those games with those sexy...
Hey, I have like 7 femships, okay? I didn't need someone to tell me about all this stuff and stuff. Ugh.
Well, I'm not saying that it's true, because I mean...
I can starred a female.
many times, actually.
Yeah,
so
over and over and over. Sometimes she was awesome and good, and sometimes she was awesome and evil. And sometimes she was middle of the road. Not pushing people out of windows.
She's like, I'm neutral on this. It's like, I'm neutral on this as well. It's like, pick a side, damn it.
What do you think?
It's like, I think everyone should get an equal opportunity here. But I don't know, I think, well, given my genre of choice, I have actually counted a lot of stronger female characters in the games I play than anything, so that's probably why I would mostly
just look at Final Fantasy X too. What can I do for you?
Well, even in Final Fantasy X itself, it was technically Yuna's game, so she was the hero of the story too, and she wasn't exactly weak considering she can summon monsters that could nuke cities if she wanted to. So I don't know. I just think it just seems actually the Final Fantasy series is probably a good one. Yeah, I would say it's a good one in general. Yeah.
I guess one of her statements was something like, it doesn't matter how strong the female is, as long as there's a moment where you have to rescue her and she just has to wait there.
How's that even fair? Like,
this is like, so her entire existence is defined by one moment of weakness.
Yeah, because it's like, if that was the case, it's like, because there's plenty of male characters that happen to... As a matter of fact, in Tales of Xillia, like, in the first 20 minutes, like, the male character gets trapped and the female has to come save him before he gets killed. And it's like, I feel like there's plenty of moments where you could use that as a counter argument. And it's like, there's plenty of guys who get trapped or like, weak characters.
Well, so she brings that up later, and it's like, it's a problem because when it happens to females, it reinforces like this stereotype that females are weak because of their gender, whereas when it happens to males, it doesn't reinforce a stereotype like that because one doesn't exist.
Where is she getting this stuff? What the hell?
I mean, yeah, when you argue in that way, it's like, okay, so yeah, if that's the definition, it's like you can't argue with gravity.
It's like, it's there. There's no way to get around it. I don't know. I just that is yeah, I don't think I would watch.
Maybe that could be our weekly topic next week. Yeah, sexism in games. Woo!
We should probably bring on a girl gamer to get the perspective for that.
I know.
We do that.
Because we could be totally wrong here.
I just want to say.
All right, I'll put it out on my Twitter.
Maybe they really do feel that way.
Anybody want to be on our podcast and talk about the female gamer perspective?
And watch the videos first, because
oh yeah,
that's mostly what this is about. I think we've talked about this before, but mostly it's the videos, just like the way that it was presented. It felt very controversial to me sometimes. She'd make these statements, and I'd just be like, what about that? I was like, nope.
And like, as we were talking, I just keep thinking about like more examples like Shion and Cosmos and Xenosaga. It's like, come on.
Your argument is invalid. Comments closed. It's like, okay.
Or just any fighting game where chicks kick ass because, that's what you do in a fighting game.
It's true. I don't know. I just, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Because part of me feels like if I watch these videos, I'm going to be tempted to like leave a really not nice comment, and then
the comments are closed.
Oh, are they really?
I think
preemptive strike.
I think she assumed that the comments would all be negative, so there's commenting on them.
But if you think about it that way, then that means she must know her the entire thing is like not based on any foundation.
Not necessarily. It just shows that she knows she's on the internet.
I don't know. I feel like while you probably would get like flamed with some commenters like, "Ah, you suck and you're wrong," but at the same time, I feel like there's plenty of people who could bring up perfectly legitimate counter arguments that would have made it worth it because if you're just giving your one side and you're basically just saying like, "Yep, I'm right, you're wrong," no matter what you say. So I'm just gonna cut off your ability to speak back. So good luck with that. So
that's not how the internet works. It's like the majority of people commenting will not make a tactful comment that's negative. They'll just be all letting the flames fly.
You only need the one good one. Don't they have moderators to stop the terrible ones anyway? So it's like I feel like there will be enough good comments
on YouTube.
I don't know. Well, YouTube, I don't think they don't really. That's like self-moderated though, or
you moderate your own comments.
It's not really the same as like because I'm pretty sure some of these sites have people who moderate the comments before they get posted, so they can like cut them if like the really bad ones before they even get on there and allow the at least supported ones to be put on there. I just think it's kind of a cop out is my thing. So I don't know. And this is why women shouldn't blog. Wow. I'm just kidding, guys. Once again, kidding. Before it's like, because I just kidding. But yeah. We should probably see if Yukino can come on. She'll probably be able to do it and provide a good argument against it.
Well, I guess that's it for our 200th episode. Woohoo! Aimless Babble Z.
I feel like you did done something special.
I made a cake. I don't know what you guys were doing.
Made a cake?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since now. Because I said I did. There's no actual cake. It's a lie. I'm sorry. I feel bad now. I was going to make cookies today, though. But then I forgot. So they didn't get made. Oh well. There's always tomorrow. Always.
All right, then. I believe there will be a new logo somewhere.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, you know what RPG.
No.
You know there might be eventually?
No. Is what that's going to be. No.
Come with
no.
me.
Stop it.
Aimlessly.
You just stop it.
Podcasting with RPG and Droptical. Okay, that's all I got for today.
No.
Just a taste.
No.
Oh, man. Gaming. Good times. So yeah, check us out, aimlesspodcast.com, also on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I think the most active ones right now are YouTube and the website. Yeah. And everyone has Twitch now. So if you just like to watch people play games, we are doing that.
I can get the kinks worked out of mine anyway.
Yeah, that part's been sort of weird. This is why I'm so looking forward to the share button. One-touch access to all this. Whereas right now it's like, open Origin, open Steam through Origin.
You don't even need a share button. Isn't there, weren't they talking about the feature where you can just, look at people who are playing the game, or just spectate or something? That weird, creepy feature they were talking about? That one?
Well, with the
we
don't know how it's going to work yet. We will see.
So there's that as well.
So yeah, come find us as our streaming ability becomes more sophisticated. We played Monaco last week. You gotta check out Tekken's channel.
Oh, see, actually, I don't know what happened, but it got, I guess on Twitch, there's only, a certain amount of time you have before you can archive it, and they take it down.
Oh, it's gone.
It's gone. I didn't put it on YouTube.
You can listen
Gamer still has it, though.
Oh.
I think.
To our
I hope.
We'll steal it from him.
I have the recording.
We should do it for Payday.
Oh, man. That would be great.
Maybe we can stream
Get
that.
off the computer.
I'm trying to think if I should call that Tech and Vision since it's like through my perspective or something. Like how to say that.
ABC presents Tech and Vision. Payday 2.
I would have to figure out how to stream computer games.
Oh, it's not hard. It's pretty easy.
Oh.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, that's good.
Then we can have a whole alien swarmer visited and be like, this is for RPG for when we left him behind. This time we're not going to let him down.
We're just going to
Or
stand
are
by
we?
the spot where we left him behind. It's where RPG died last time.
Yeah.
Will we change history?
Probably not. You guys are jerks.
Run! Run!
Seriously. We learned nothing.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. We almost left him behind right at the beginning of Monaco.
Like, not 5 minutes in.
Open the door. Everyone got out. RPG's still standing in there. Wait, how do I get out?
Stupid Monaco.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So would you have any words to leave our listeners with this week?
Yeah. Don't be sexist, because apparently they'll make blogs about you and support them very poorly and not allow counter arguments. But it's okay. I can still talk on the internet, so I can make my own vocal comments about it. You might be able to stop my writing. You can't stop my mouth. So I'm coming for you.
All right, this is Tekken saying, tweet me on my Twitter. Wow, I said Twitter.
Yeah.
Tweet me on my Twitter. Be all up in it at Tekken Master on Twitter, and follow me and tweet me, and it'll be fun times. And you can make me laugh enough. It'll be in my H spot. I'll be like, oh, you made my day and made me happy from that funny Twitter you did. You tweeted me in my T spot.
Oh, really inappropriate.
And, no co-op, no skill. Cannot wait for more awesome co-op action games to play with everybody, and then join in the madness and funness and craziness that happens randomly. People shoot up nightclubs and stuff.
Oh my.
And it's like not part of the plan. It's like, what are you doing? No.
It's like I'm creating a distraction by alerting all the security.
And yeah, that's it for this 200th episode. And we'll be back here next week, hopefully. So until you see or hear from us again, Aimless Babble Z. And we're now signing off.
Just another quiet day.